All right, let's jump into Canvas real quickly.
So Canvas is set up by modules for this class. It is set as the home page. The current week is at the top. So this is this week. Next week is underneath, and the week before that is underneath. So as you go down, you get older to older stuff in the class. So if you're missing something, you can go and look through it here. All assignments are numbered so that you can also communicate with me. Hey, 0.1.3 is missing. I thought I turned it in. I'm not sure what's going on. You can email me that and we can both investigate together and figure out what's going on. So that's probably an easy way to communicate what assignment you're looking at. Please be aware though that there are plenty of things that are important that are not an assignment. So this one, how to, meaning, median, and mode. So it is actually a page. So there's nothing necessarily assigned with this, but this is critical information that if you don't watch it, when you get to the next assignment, you might have some trouble, okay? So please be careful and make sure that you're hitting all the pages. The best way to not miss something is start at the top and read down the page. Click next, start at the top, read down the page, do what it says, submit, and then go next. If you do that within the week, you will generally not miss anything, especially if it's just for that week. Bigger projects might jump around a little bit, and we'll deal with that when we get to those. So that's kind of how you look at work. Now, work has due dates. The due dates are generally so there's an assignment date, like this one is assigned on the 19th, but it's not due until the 20th. You should not wait to the 20th. We assigned it on this day for a reason. So you should do it here. But if you don't quite get it done until the 20th, okay, that's the due date. Now, with our late policy, like I said, I'm taking things until the last week of the quarter. So there's not late work. Even though Canvas will message you and act like there's late work, there's not late work. So let's go take a look at how grades work and what that's going to look like for you, because it causes confusion. But I also want to make sure that I'm communicating very quickly that you are missing something and showing you how it affects your grade. So grades, this is a test student. So I'm the test student and I haven't turned any of my work in. So first off, when you do have an assignment, you will have the due date, its status, whether it's missing. There's no status here, which means it hasn't been turned in. It's not missing. There are some other statuses we might see, but generally missing is the only one that I use. If right now it's set to auto flag as missing if you miss the due date. So if you go past the due date, it will flag as missing, and then it will automatically give you a 50% for a grade. Okay. What's going to happen though is that flag is going to happen and you've already got it done and you turn it in the next day. And this grade is going to sit here and you're going to be worried about it. If you've turned in the assignment, don't worry about it. Because what's going to happen is through the following week, the week after this date, is when I'm going to be grading everything. Okay. So this should be graded by January 13th. A week later, I should have it graded and done. And I will enter the grade. Okay. So I will put in the grade and you'll be good to go. No grade is final until the quarter ends. So if there's something that's missing or you didn't turn it in because you just like, okay, I don't have time. This is more important. I'm going to do this. And you keep moving, which is not necessarily a bad thing to do sometimes. Okay. But you can still turn in things and get your grade up. Nothing is too late to get your grade up. So you could turn in your grade here and get your maximum points. Now, let's say though that you did turn it in and you got 4 out of 5 points. What should happen is on this assignment, I will give you comments, I will give you feedback as to why you lost a point, or it will be part of the rubric. If you're ever unsure of why you lost a point, you certainly can email me. If you will make a correction to that assignment and resubmit, then I will be happy to give you your full points. Because it's in making a mistake that we learn, and I'm all about you learning and growing and being better at physics. So that could apply to this as well. Let's say you left out a slide or left out a piece of critical information. So I gave you 25 out of 30. My comment will be, would you left out this? Would you please add that, resubmit that? And I look at it, and let's say you still were missing something. I will improve your grade, but I will grade it like I would anything else, okay? If you fixed it completely, you will get your full grade. Now, generally, I will not remove, I generally tend to not remove the flags for missing because I've already fixed the problem. Your grade is fixed, okay? So if you do have a bunch of missings, it's 50%, and it can really impact your grade and bring it down. And we don't want that. However, this is not a 0%. So a 50% with a few things done correctly, you can get your grade up. Okay? So just do a few things and suddenly your grade has gone up. Do a few things and wow, our grade is shooting up. So 50% makes it easy for you to catch up. So there should be no reason that anybody should get an F in this class, which is 50 to 60%. There is every opportunity for you to make improvements and go forward. Okay, so I want to point out to you that what I just was doing is something you can do when you're trying to decide, I've only got so much time and I have to pick one thing to do that's going to be the most important to my grade. You can actually go to your grade page and you can manipulate the grades that are on here and see what your grade would be if you scored a certain thing on a certain assignment. Now, as soon as you leave the page and come back, it's reset to what your grade actually is, okay? So you're not actually changing your grade, but you can manipulate and see, well, this is 30 points, that's a lot. Let's see what it does. It's a lot. It greatly improved my grade, okay? So you can kind of get an idea of what's important that way too. Okay, so that was grades, and that was a basic tour of Canvas. The one last thing is there is a syllabus which is linked here in Canvas, and it should have all of the assignments by date, as well as a link to the overarching course syllabus. Because of distance learning and things changing, this is actually fairly generic compared to what it normally might be, but you're free to look in here, especially for supplies and some different policies on grades and different things like that. There's also the link to the student parent handbook, which has great information and stuff. Bottom line is I am excited to have you in class. I'm excited to have your student in class. If you have any questions or concerns at all at any time, email is the best way to get a hold of me. So if you have any questions or concerns, email me and I will get back to you. Here's my email address again. All right. I hope you have a great night, and I wish you the best school year and best term here in physics.